Well, hey everyone, welcome back to the coffee break. I'm ready to take some time out just to sit here and blab for a few minutes in our little time out. And I wanted to talk about a phrase today which says, hurry up and wait. And I've been thinking about that just a little bit and wondered what that really means and how that interplays with our lives. And thought I'd share that with you and open up the conversation. And it brought back to mind this little bit from way back when. I don't know if any of you might remember it, but there was a character that Lily Tomlin had where she was the telephone operator. Remember her? I think it was during Laugh-In, the television show Laugh-In. Anyway, she would be on the phone and she'd be snorting in her little demeanor that she had as a part of her character, and she'd go one ringy dingy, two ringy ring, and then she'd say, oh, this is the telephone company, you will hold, we don't care, we don't have to, that kind of thing. Anyway, she was basically saying you will hold, hurry up and wait, and you're sitting there on the phone. How many times has that happened to you where you pick up the phone, you want to call someone, you want to talk to someone, whether it be a banking institution where you have to speak to someone in customer service, or you're calling up a department store and you're trying to get a hold of someone in customer service, and they put you through this automated attendant, and it just goes on and on and on. Please press this, please press that. Oh, our representatives are assisting other customers at this time, etc., and so on, and we'll be with you as soon as we can. And it just seems like when you're on the phone these days, it takes even longer to get to someone, and 9 times out of 10 they don't want you to talk to someone. They just want you to click the buttons and let the automated attendant sort of get you through your problem. And I find that problematic, because 9 times out of 10 I don't need to talk to I need to talk to a person. That's what I'm getting at. And I don't want to be going through all these prompts and trying to find the answer. And they even do this on the computer. You know, if you want to talk to customer service or get in contact and email customer service, instead of letting you do that, because they don't want your phone call and they don't want your email, they make you go through all these lists. Is your question about this subtitle? And then does it relate to these kinds of questions underneath that subtitle? And then you find 9 times out of 10, none of them match what you want to talk about. And you still can't get a hold of anyone, right? Am I right? So to me, that's a little bit of what hurry up and wait is all about, is that you're experiencing these kinds of situations. And if I really needed to experience that, I guess I would, but I really would just want to talk to someone real quick. I'm not going to bother people if I don't need to talk to them. You know, I don't call anyone and bother them unless I have something I need to clarify or get cleared up. So the computer, the telephone, they put you on hold and they tell you to hurry up and wait. Now, the other side of that phrase makes me think about how things take so much more time than you think they will. And that includes when you're dealing with modern technology, which is supposed to speed things up and make it go smoothly and be more efficient and operative for you. I find that that's not true. A lot of times it'll just interfere with your ability to move through things quickly. And because of all these pop-ups and these prompts and these glitches, or they now say you have to have the next upgrade or something like that, and then suddenly you can't do something anymore. So when it comes to computerized things and technology that way, you know, it takes much longer than you think it should. But I think just in general, when you are going to go out and think about getting something done, you've got to pad it with some extra time, because it's going to take more time than you think it's going to get that job accomplished. And when it doesn't take that time and it goes like that, you're pleasantly surprised. It didn't happen that way. So there's a lack of consistency there, which brings me back to the phrase, hurry up and wait. You know, what does that really mean to us? And I thought it'd be interesting to talk about that just a little bit today and find out what other people's experiences are with the idea of having to wait around longer than you want to, or sit around with more time on your hands like we've had to do this year in 2020. You know, what are you doing with yourself? You can't get out and do and try to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. And as Americans, we're so used to getting out and go, go, go and do, and we gotta accomplish this and we gotta accomplish that and get things done, and when we can't, we're just sitting there kind of like twiddling our thumbs. You're hurrying up and you're waiting. For what? I don't know. And so we're just trying to figure all that out. So I find that, if you're sitting around with more time in your hands than you need, then you're either doing a couple of different things. You're just sort of chilling out and resting, or you're not sure what to do with yourself. You're hesitant, you're uncertain, you're ridden with anxiety or depression, or just a lot of question marks. Or you're enjoying your family, or you're getting more creative and you have everything at your disposal resource-wise that you can do a lot more work on your own to do the things that you love to do in the creativity department. And you're getting a lot of work done that you wanted to do before that you couldn't because you have so many other obligations asking a lot of your time. And now you don't. So you have all these different variables, which is kind of interesting and takes me back to the idea that I mentioned a few videos back about how I believe that there's more than one side to a story. There's more than two sides to a story. There's a lot more because, you got a lot of different angles and a lot of different directions that you can point to and face and see something new and different in everything that you do. So this seems to be one of those phrases that sort of goes in that direction as well. So what does it mean to hurry up and wait? Well, because you're going to have to wait right now for whatever you want. And this is going to lead me to a series I would like to talk about. I'd like to initiate next week. Okay, so next week I want you to look forward to this. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm going to do a series based on something that my friend in Oklahoma, that I've mentioned before, has said to me many, many times on the phone. She says, sometimes I just ask God what's going on and ask Him for an answer. And He says, yes, no, and maybe, or hurry up and wait. And for her, it's a lot of hurrying up and waiting. Just wait a while. And that's what she says. I wait a while quite a lot. That seems to always be the answer. And so I'd like to do a series discussing each one of those elements. Yes, no, and maybe. And of course, today I'm just sort of bringing up the topic of hurrying up and waiting. So wait a while. And then things happen. And it's kind of true that if you hurry up and wait, and you don't get all up in arms about it, sometimes things have a way of working themselves out. And that's what I really want to get to today. I want to share that with you. I think it's an important thing to remember here in 2020, that things will work out if we open up our minds, our ideas, our heart and our soul and our spirit to the idea that they can and will work out for the best. And that things are going to work out for all people and everyone's good. The better part of the whole, right? And but hurrying up and waiting may be what we have to do right now in order for those things to weed themselves out. And then suddenly the problem doesn't exist as much anymore, and we can now try to pick up where we left off and get back to work and get things accomplished the way that we really need to, based on our own skills, talents, ideologies, and thought processes, and what have you. So those are some things that I wanted to share with you today, starting with the idea of hurrying up and waiting and what that means and how it impacts our lives. And I'd love to hear more about your ideas on that phrase and what it means to you and anything you want to share. So please do that by putting them in the comment boxes below, and I'll have a chance to read them as soon as I can. And I just want to say thanks for joining me today. And if you like the video and you like the ideas and want to be a part of the conversation, give me a thumbs up for the video. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll get more notifications whenever a new video comes about. And don't forget to share the video with other people so they can be a part of the conversation too. And that's all I've got for you today here on our little coffee break. Our time is up, I think. So let me know what you think. And until I see you next week, when we talk about, remember, we're going to be talking about yes, no, and maybe next week. And we're going to break it down. And I just wanted to have a moment to talk about those issues a little bit more in depth over the next week. Anyway, until I see you then, have a great day. Have a great weekend. I'll be seeing you. Bye-bye.